Do you have any opinion of the quarterbacks available in this year's draft, Carson?
Not anything outside the ordinary. I mean, I think Bryce is the best quarterback in the draft. There's definitely some concerns. I mean, I've spent a little time around him. He is not a huge human being.
Mm-hmm.
He is on the smaller side. But when you go back and watch his games against really NFL talent in the SEC, and you watch the way he played with that Georgia defense in his face, harassing him every time he dropped back, what he doesn't have in size, you can just see it and sense it in heart. I mean, the kid plays way bigger than his body. He's extremely tough. He doesn't ever make excuses. He's got a great supporting cast around. I've spent a little time with him at different Heisman things with his parents. He's got, two parents that are in his corner that have raised him. He's made sacrifices hearing his story in high school, commuting an hour and a half to the high school he went to at Mater Dei. The kid is just a workhorse. He's got a huge heart. You'd love it if he was 6'4", 225. I think he's more like 6 foot, 200, which isn't great. But there have been some quarterbacks that at that size and stature that have had success. They've been outliers to the typical recipe of a big physical quarterback like every other quarterback that's available in the draft behind Bryce. I just think, man, he's so savvy in the pocket. He's got all the arm talent you want. He's got all the velocity on the ball you want. He's extremely accurate underneath. He's extremely accurate in the middle of the field, and he can get to the outside edges of the field and really make defenses stretch and make defenses that are slow play catch-up, because he can really throw the ball at every level effectively, accurately, with the velocity. I just think all of those things outweigh his lack of size.
Well, and then Will Levis is supposedly shooting up boards where, he could be second overall. There's even a crazy rumor that Carolina's told him that they traded up for him. You have any opinion on him? I mean, he's rocked up. I mean, you talk about the way that he looks and throws. He has all of the arm strength and physical abilities, and I think maybe folks are wondering, could they get the next Josh Allen with him, Carson?
Yeah, if Bryce had that body, it would be
a wrap.
Unquestionable.
Right.
It'd be a wrap.
Yeah.
He'd sign tonight. Bryce's film is just that good. He's got a bunch of NFL talent around him on the defensive side of the ball as well. I know you're having one of his teammates on the show later today, and he's just surrounded with NFL talent, but the film is so good. And Will's film is good at Kentucky, and he is, he's a show pony. He's the way you want a guy to look. He tested off the charts, but Bryce's film is that much better. I think Bryce is the surefire number one. And I would say that, of these four quarterbacks that everybody's talking about, two of them are going to get overdrafted. I think you're going to look back and say, man, that was a stretch at 4. He should have been 18 or 19 or 22 because of the potential. But Bryce is ready. Bryce can play week 1. All these other quarterbacks, they're going to take some development. They're going to take some time to really to mold and grow into successful NFL quarterbacks. But as far as the guy that's ready to play week 1, it's Bryce.
Do you have any connection with Caleb Williams? Have you spoken to him? Because that's the guy you could just throw in like the first overall pick in next year's draft right now, with all due respect to Drake May and everyone else. What's your opinion of him?
Yeah, I think he'd be the number 1 pick in this draft, unquestionably. I think it'd be him and then Bryce and then one of the other guys. But I mean, Caleb is the whole package. He's big enough, he's fast enough, he's quick enough. He's got so much velocity on the ball in the pocket. He's got even more velocity on the ball outside the pocket. He's mature beyond his years, and he's got a chance to go into next year's draft as a 2-time Heisman winner, which hasn't been done since Archie Griffith and whatever year that was decades ago.
Right.
I'm excited about Caleb's year, but I think from a pro NFL perspective, he has a chance to be one of the great ones, no doubt.
And so many people compare him to Patrick Mahomes, which means he's really consistent, right, Carson? So consistent with his play.
Hey, we almost saw Caleb do it on one leg when he tore his hamstring against
Just like
Utah
against Utah. Yeah, pretty much.
Against Utah. So there are a lot of similarities between him and Patrick.
See, I'm trying to help you out. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.